Om. 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 ओम शिवा ओम शिवा मेरे को शक्ति देने का ओ काली माँ मेरे को शक्ति देने का ओम शिवा मेरे को शक्ति देने का ओ काली माँ मेरे को शक्ति देने का ओम। Everything is a trap for you, every object around you, every being around you, the thoughts you are perceiving within you, objects around you, the beings around you. Everything, whether you are perceiving within or you are perceiving from your surrounding, is a trap to hook your attention. You see, mind, the nature of the mind is such that mind wants to come to conclusion rapidly so mind can rest. Mind, ironically, does not understand its own nature, but the being, if so powerful, can understand the nature of mind, because mind has betrayed the being numerous times, countless times, that you don't even care to count that how many times. One times it tells you something, it gives you an illusion, it gives you imagination, it makes scenarios, it makes scenarios based on the memory you have gathered. It makes scenarios based on the memory you have gathered. All the images, numbers, birthdays, words, everything that you have is stored in your memory. It rearranges that and gives you imagination and then tells you on the top of everything, this is how things are. I have a lot of experience. Don't listen to it. Your mind lies to you. Only listen to the mind when it is talking friendly. It's just like the selfish friend who only comes around when this person, the selfish friend, who only comes around when this person needs something from you. It's whether it's a she or it's a he. Have you not noticed in your friend circle or the people you are acquainted with or the people you know, some of them are only coming around to find out if they need something, they are coming around. Otherwise, they wouldn't even answer your phone call or text messages, you see. So treat mind like that. It's one of the friend that when it wants to feed up on you, it comes around. So what you do basically, you shut yourself basically from these type of parasites, including mind. Mind is mostly parasite. It feeds off you. It makes you think this is how things are. When you make the mistake, it is it looks at you and it laughs at you, and then it does the same thing again. It never gets tired because it has no physicality, you see, but you wrap it around you, it never gets tired. So understand the nature of mind. We the yogis, we the meditators have understood the nature of mind very profoundly. For me now, it's almost over. Next 48 hours are very significant for me personally. Well, there is no such thing as personally. Next 48 hours are very significant for me now. So for me, it's almost over. Something already has started in my chakras, that I have got this feeling, I have got this concrete feeling within me that I am dissolving in everything. You see, I have this concrete feeling in me that I am dissolving in everything. It started last couple of days, you see. So it's a good thing, because that gives you a sense of liberation while still remaining in the body. It has started the process, it has started the pre-process. So next 48 hours are very significant for me, if you understand what I mean. That's number one. Number two, when you go in a state of meditation, you are nobody. Somebody asked the greatest mystic of all times. Somebody asked the greatest mystic of all times, which was Jiddu, who was, excuse me. Somebody asked the greatest mystic of all times, who was Jiddu Krishnamurti. Krishnamurti was an Indian man. He was born in India, but he died here in Oja, California, I think, if I remember correctly. You see, most of us are born in India, but we pass on or die here in America, because America is the um, third largest population in the world. The first is China, second is India, and third is America, as far as I remember. As far as I remember, is the third largest population in the world. And there is so much work need to be done here. You see, it's a beautiful country. It's very nice country, but clarity is much needed here. That's why we yogis sign up to come here. Most of us are born in India, but then we migrate. Most of us are born in India, and then we migrate here and bring clarity in human perception, which is much needed. Anywhere we go, the country embraces us. We treat that country as our own, because truth of the matter is, yogi or meditators don't really have a country. You see, it originates, however, from India. So it is a beautiful country. We are here. Jiddu Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti, the greatest mystic of all times, mentioned about meditation, that meditation is when you have forgotten everything which has been handed over to you. Meditation, pay attention to these words. Now, these words are very significant, yeah? Meditation is when you forget everything which has been handed over to you, you forget everything what's been told to you. You forget even your memory. You forget even your karma. That's when real meditation is, just in this now, in this present moment. That's what real meditation is. When you do not when you do not act under the influence of karma, if you understand what I mean. When you do not act under the influence of karma, when you do not act under the influence of memory, when you do not when you have more power, when you are more in the charge, when you have more power to act on your free will solely. What is free will? Free will, you don't have free will. It just seems like you do, but you don't, because you act under the influence of your karma. We all act under the influence of our karma. Our will is not free. We act under the influence of karma. We act under the influence of memory. But if we act based on those judgments, then our will is not free. Karma can only be changed or dissolved by using your free will. When you do not act under the influence of karma or your memory, you make decision in the moment. The decision is not influenced by your karma. You understand? That's why he said these two statements are connected to each other. That's why he said meditation is when you forget everything which's been handed over to you. What's been handed over to you becomes memory. You understand? You are nobody in meditation when you are in a deep state of meditation. Real meditation is when you forget everything, at least for some time. But it's very easier to say than it's done. I understand that. It's basically very easier to say that you forget everything what's been handed over to you. It's very easier to say, but it's extremely difficult to do. Or half of you humans think that it's impossible to do because you haven't got you have not tapped on your immensity. You have not tapped on your power that you encompass. You are oblivious to your power. You are oblivious to the immensity and the magnitude of what you encompass because you have not explored yourself. So you, the humans, half of you are going to say it's even impossible because you have surrendered. You have kneeled down to your thought process and you have surrendered some type of creepy surrender. It's not a switch surrender even. It's some type of creepy surrender that you have performed and you have kneeled down in front of your mind and you have kneeled down in front of your thoughts. That's why you're going to say it's not even possible. You see, it's very possible because I have done it. And not only I have done it, but I perform that just about regularly. But since the time is very significant, I'm being very prominent. Since the time is very significant for me, I'm being bolder and bolder every day, and I'm telling you the words. I am telling you what I really want to say. I don't want to keep it inside. It's for your own benefit. All is for your own better self, not for me. So meditation is when basically meditation is when you do not act under the influence of karma and you do not act at all. At least sometime during the day, try to get the control. If your faith is invested, if your awareness is invested in lies, then you need to free that before, along with doing basic and fundamental meditation. You need to free your faith. You need to free your awareness from the lies because then meditation would have a real sound and a real strong impact on you, if you understand. Otherwise, it would work very less. It would require more time, work less, and it would dissipate soon, the results of it. But if you want to keep it steady, if you want to keep it sturdy, then you need to free your faith from the lies you have learned, that you have given the power of your power to the words. You think words are real, but the power is coming from you. Words themselves have no meanings. You see, no word in reality has any meanings. You argue about things that don't matter. You argue about things. You think that you know everything, but you know nothing. You look at a tree, you can define tree with the help of the words, if you understand, with the aid. You look at a tree and you can define that tree with the aid of the words. You can define every root. You can define the log. You can define that how it is spreading. You can define every leaf. Are you following my words? That you look at a tree. I'm giving you an example because you think that you know everything there is to know, but you do not know nothing. You look at a tree and you define tree with the help of the words which have no meanings. You can define even the leaf, but truth of the matter is you do not know what the object is that you are looking at. Is that a fact or it's not a fact? I said truth of the matter is you do not know the object you are looking at, and you are thinking it's a tree. You do not know what the object is. In reality, you do not. You are totally ignorant. You understand? You don't know what the object is. You all have agreed. You all basically have agreed to the meanings. You all have agreed to the meanings of the phenomena that you are thinking it's a tree. You all have agreed to the meanings of the phenomena that you are calling it a tree. You are Mr. A and I am Mrs. B, for instance. Mr. A states it's a tree. Mrs. B agrees. You both are looking at the same phenomena. Mr. A says it's a tree. Mrs. B agrees it becomes a tree. You see, but you don't know. Only with the agreement you form, basically. Only with the agreement you form it's a tree, basically. If Mrs. B does not agree, if Mrs. B does not agree with the meanings with Mr. A, it is not a tree for Mrs. B, because Mrs. B is not given it the power of the agreement. The power is coming from us. Words are alive only because we give them the power. Otherwise, words have no life. They cannot sustain. Words have no life. Oh, words have no life. They cannot sustain without your consent. There are, just like that, I give you an example now, just like that, there are so many things in your surrounding that you have invested your faith in. You bring voluntarily your awareness, and then these things take over on you. You cannot get good results from the meditation unless you free your faith. You understand? You, just like that, you have invested in human constructs. Religion only is alive because of your support. Religions are also the lies, only alive because of your support. If you do not believe in it, if nobody believes in it, it is going to die. Religion itself has no existence of its own. You are giving birth to it. You are given birth to it. It's basically is sustaining because of your faith in it, and it's a human construct. Your faith now is invested in a lie. You cannot get miraculous results of meditation if you have invested your awareness and you have invested your faith in the religion. Faith is something whether you know or you do not know through your own experience. You just believe in it. That's faith. Faith is blind, isn't it? And blind leads the blind both fall. Understand? 2000 years back, a master named Lord Jesus Christ. 2000 years back, a master named Lord Jesus Christ said, blind leads blind, both fall. Just like that, you have blind faith in a religion. So religion is going to get you fall if you believe in it. So free your faith from there too. Free your faith from words. Free your faith from superstitions, such as color. No color is making you superior or inferior. You understand? Nature does not know your color. Nature does not operate by your color. Do not discriminate among beings. Do not discriminate among humans based on color. Free your faith out of that superstition. You are living in West. You are a westernized person. There are so many things your little tiny thinking mind cannot understand. You go to India, you would witness things that you are arrogant and you are ignorant. And then you go over there and you witness things and your mind cannot wrap itself around it, because those things are ingrained in the human wisdom and so many actions over there. So you say these people are living in serious superstitions. You, the westernized person, would say. You go to numerous parts in Africa, and you, just because your mind cannot wrap around what their customs are or so many things you do not understand, you say the same thing, that these people are living in superstition. It's not them who is living in superstitions, it's you, because you cannot get past your foolish upholding on the basis of the color, no matter what color that is. No color makes you inferior, no color makes you superior. You see, I have seen people like who tried to deliver me emotional poison by discriminating against me, but I turned it over to them. I have that power. And they became really pissed. You see, like when you do not give your focus to a parasite dies quickly. But before it is dying, it gets really agitated and really pissed at you. It weirds out. You see, just like that, when you do not take the emotional poison from culprits like these, it becomes really nasty in them and they become really pissed off. They even can get even violent with you. You understand? Because you are refusing to take their emotional poison. Whatever they are calling you names, you have no reaction to it because you know you are none of that. So you go to these cultures, I'm giving you just an example to make you understand, and you say these people are living in serious superstitions because your tiny little thinking mind can answer only so much. But after a certain limit, it cannot answer nothing. But it's basically not them people who are it's basically not them people who are living in superstitions. It's not them people who are living in superstition. It's you. It's you who is living in superstition. You call yourself westernized and more civilized, and you act worse than animals on certain situation. You know that? And then you discriminate, you distinguish among humans on the basis of color. These are my people, those are your people. You are living in serious superstitions because you are still hanging on to something which has no meanings in reality, and the only thing it can bring in your life is hatred and misery. And remember, we talked about hatred and misery, that if you basically spend We talked about that if you spend most of a handsome amount of your life, or most of your life, or all of your life in discrimination, in misery and hate, it would imprint your karma. You would turn into a demon as soon as you leave your body or you die. You know that. It's a guarantee. You can mark my words. It's so sure, as so certain, is so certain as you are hearing the sound of my voice, that you would turn into a demon. Demon not only tries to get involved and start making other people miserable, but demon is miserable from within. Every second is a torment for the demon. And misery likes company. You know that much English. So, what I'm saying to you, change the ways you are living in superstitions. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I never say that. I know good and bad people are everywhere. I never claim that everybody here is like that. No, but there are quite a few people who are like that here. You see? And so understand, take your focus and awareness out of these type of superstitions. It doesn't matter whether you express yourself in front of a person. You understand, son? You understand, daughter? It doesn't matter whether you express yourself in front of a person, but as long as you are having an ill thought within you, it's imprinting on your karma. I can guarantee you that. It doesn't matter that you do not express it. You may not express it because you are scared that your tushy would be beaten. You see, you are scared of that. And or you may not express that you are scared, or that you would be called titles by other humans, that what kind of. And truth of the matter is, it's arrogance and it's ignorance, because had you have the transparency, you would never discriminate on the behalf of something which is abstract color. But you have invested so much of your life in this. You see, you have invested so much of your life in this, drinking poison within. Doesn't matter whether you express it or do not express it, you are still drinking poison, you see, and it's not affecting anyone but you, and you solely. You see, that itself is a punishment, that itself is hell. Hell is the state of the being, and you are already in there. You see, so stop discriminating. It's a superstition, and you are living in it. Stop. Take your faith out of these lies. Take your faith, take your awareness out of these lies. You see, do not create ill thoughts within you. Do not generate the frequency that would attract ill thoughts in you. You understand? Do not generate the frequency that would create or generate abstract thought or ill thought in you. Do not create the frequency. You create the frequency by your intention. When the frequency is prominent in you, it would attract that kind of thought, if you understand what I'm saying to you. So do not do that. Keep your mind totally clean. No ill intentions in your mind. More than half of the human population is acting like that. So stop that, okay? It's not going to take you anywhere. More than half of the human population, sadly and unfortunately, have invested their faith and awareness in these type of things: discrimination, anger, languages, culture, society, as it is something real. if you understand. Abstract things that life, which life force, abstract thing, abstract thing that life force or nature don't have no clue about. The sacred divine does not even know that you exist in the way you think you do. Stop investing. If you have to function among other humans in the society, you can use these markers, but profoundly and deeply have the awareness in your mind. These things are not real. As soon as you go in a secluded corner, in a super silent corner, you take the mask off, you see, and you put the mask aside. Understand that, okay? So these are the things. If you do these, if you take your awareness and faith out of these superstitions, then meditation would work for you. Do not also try to cage people as how they speak, how they talk, how they walk, what is what is their uh, family background, what is their job, what country they are coming in, or what philosophy, or how they look, what is their color, what is their height. These traits, these attributes, rather, I would say these attributes are poison. And you have these attributes in you. These are the standard within you, so you can judge people within your mind. More than half of the sickness you don't say to anybody, but inside you judge. And when you judge, then from now and on, you see that particular person through that point of view. And then you cannot grow. You cannot see the beauty which is hiding in the person, or not even hiding. The person is exploding. The person is literally resonating beauty, but you cannot see because you, of course, have learned to judge. You do not see the person, you do not see the truth as it is happening. You see what you want to see. You do not perceive the truth. You perceive what you want to perceive. You don't perceive truth. But once you learn to perceive as the truth is happening, once you learn to perceive as the truth is happening, then and only then you would evolve and you would become lighter too. I told you in one of the recent retreats that heart is the seat of the soul. For me, I think in next 48 hours, my soul would stand up from the heart. Because it's been sitting over there for a long period of time now. So it would stand up. It want to stretch the legs now. You see, so heart is where the soul sits. And you would feel lighter than a feather. And I wish you that state. Because you have no idea of that state. Had you have any idea of that state, you wouldn't even open your eyes or to look around to feel happy. You would be so much happy from within because now you are lighter than a feather. Now you are able to see beauty and beauty in everything, in the entire creation. My goal and our goal, I mean, there are numerous beings, excuse me, there are numerous beings sitting here right now, right in this moment with me. And I can see them where they are. But you cannot see it. You cannot, they cannot be seen through the naked eye. These are my spiritual guides, my guardian angel, and they are making an aura around me and protecting me because of the work I'm doing here on this planet. But it's over. I know that the work I have signed up for, it's over. But I'm wrapping it up quickly, giving you awareness. Okay, so this is what it is. And your heart would become like a feather, lighter than a feather. You would feel that you are not even putting any effort, and everything is falling together for you. You would see the beauty in everything. Imagine a life like that, beauty and love and no negativity in you. You see, you can do it. It's very possible. You may struggle in the beginning. After that, you when you become totally authentic, then you wouldn't struggle. I have done it, so can you. You can do it. It's very possible. It's not impossible. If it was impossible, I wouldn't have mentioned it here, until unless I know it from my experience, and I know it from my experience. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I am telling. The reason I showed you this, so you can silence the mind, because I know your mind is going haywire now. I know that. Even though you are not watching me live, but as soon as I go offline, you would run to watch this video. That what Yes said, but it's gonna over soon. So remember, you can. I'm gonna leave my Facebook page open. My videos are there for you to get more and more clearness and transparency of things. So do these things, and then you would feel like, and along with meditation, then meditation, the results of meditation wouldn't go anywhere. They would stay with you. And it would just, the results of meditation would stay with you. They wouldn't go anywhere. And it would, your life energy would start raising up high and high. But remember, you gotta free your faith and awareness from the lies that I have mentioned. You see, if you skipped something or your mind was going haywire, then rewatch the video, and then these are the right measures basically in yogic culture and meditation spirituality. We know these are the right kind of measures that you take along with the physical posture, along with the spiritual practice. These are the right kind of measures to bring your life energy up high. You see, after if you keep taking these right measures, after a certain period of time, it would become the part of your routine. And after a certain period of time, nothing would be imprinted on your karma but positivity. So your next carnation would be even much better and much enlightened carnation. You see, because it doesn't go anywhere. Once it is imprinted on karma, whether good or bad, it goes where you go. It wouldn't leave you. So even if you when you excuse me, even when you leave the body, even when I leave the body, it still does not go anywhere. It's a part of you now. You see, it's a part of you. It's only automatic. It means that where you go, it would go. You cannot take it off. You see, so if you want to be flourished, if you want to feel lighter than a feather, then take these right measures. Then positivity, love, peace, unity would imprint on your karma. And then as soon as we leave our body, whenever that may be, as soon as we leave our body, these pleasant feelings, as soon as we leave our body, these pleasant feelings would intensify. These pleasant feelings, these feelings of peace would intensify very, very quickly. It would intensify. And then you would create heaven around you and within you, because your heart is now like a feather. You are not struggling with your thoughts. You are not, your mind is present and focused in one moment. You are not struggling. You don't have a tension of pulling off that rubber band. Now this rubber band is the super thick one too, you see. So the more super thick this rubber band is, the more tension you would feel between the fingers. But you do not have the tension between the fingers. No matter how super thick the rubber band is, there is no tension. You see, you don't have that kind of tension. The tension creates only when you entertain more than one thought. It's the fundamental of the rubber band tension. The tension within you only is created when you try to entertain more than one thought in your mind. Then you feel restless. You see, we the yogis and meditators are not against the thought, but we know thought is a very vital catalyst in the suffering of humanity. That's the right way to phrase it, if you understand what I'm saying. We know the thought is an extremely vital catalyst in the suffering of humanity. Thought slash mind. Thought slash mind, same thing. When there is no thought present, there is no mind present. Thought is not what mind does, thought is what mind is. You see, transcend your thoughts, transcend your mind. Your mind is creating thoughts all the time. It's not the mind is creating thoughts. Based on your intention, you are generating the frequency. Whatever the frequency you are on, whatever the frequency you are on, it would attract that kind of thought because it's the mind of all humanity. But if you pay focus and if you pay attention to the thoughts that you have in your mind, you would realize the mind of humanity is extremely sick. It's a very sick mind. But you can be immune from the sick mind. You see, you don't have to suffer. And only that can be done when you take the right measures in spirituality. Remember, not long ago I told you all these things that I'm telling you is what we understand, is what we understand taking the right measures. You see, do not only you maintain the physical posture, not only you maintain the focus, but you also, during meditation, of course, it's a very simple and very basic, very fundamental physical involvement which does not require any help from outside or anybody. You see, and is just maintaining the posture of your own body. Along with that, take the right measures. Free your faith. Do not bring your awareness. Do not bring your awareness basically voluntarily to useless things like objects around and you are trying to make sense out of them for no reason. And then demons are laughing at you and the devil is laughing at you because they can see you, your mind, they can see the movement of your thought, they can see your aura, and then they penetrate more and more useless thoughts. Then you become more restless. The real you, the awareness, is literally crying out for help, 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 you see. But help is just within you. The more you explore yourself, the more help you have. So free your faith out of the thoughts. Listen to the thought. And we, as I said, we the yogis and the meditators have nothing against the thought. Because maybe thought is positive, is bringing good feelings in you. Listen to the thought if it is telling you, if it is causing happiness in you. If you listen to the thought, if it is causing happiness in you, then you can adopt the thought, you can embrace. If it is causing rubber band tension in you with the super thick rubber band, and you are not happy about it, then you just discard the thought. You get rid of the thought. You see, the more your faith is free, basically. You see, the more your faith is free, the more your faith and your awareness is not invested in lies. The more your faith is free, the more your awareness and your faith is not invested in lies, the more lighter you would feel, you see, during the day. And remember something, mind, if you maybe failed a couple of times or 2, 3 times, your mind basically it would tell you, oh, look, you failed. Now you gotta start over. Don't listen to it. You never start over. You never start over. You only start from where you left off. You never start over. There is no such thing as a start over. You start where you left off. Don't listen to the mind. It's a liar. You see, and demons and devil, they are moving along with you. You see, you cannot see them, they can see you. And they can see your movement of the thought. They are moving wherever you are going, they are going with you. As soon as they see that you have a moment of weakness, and they would penetrate the miserable thoughts in you, which would create fear in you, which would create discrimination in you, which would create resentment and anger in you, the jealousy in you. They want you to suffer. And we, the yogis and the meditators, are standing against it. We don't want you to suffer. We want you to succeed. We want you to become the conqueror of this parasite mind, which does not talk friendly most of the time. We want you to succeed and take over the mind. You see, keep the mind in your pocket, turn it to your ally, turn it to your servant. Whenever you need something from the spare mind, you say, yo, I need this. And after that, you put this aside. That's all. It's a servant. We'll see tomorrow if I have something more to say, because day after tomorrow is going to be very significant, which is August 3rd. But we will see tomorrow in the morning if I have to say or if I want to say something. As soon as I stop talking the words of truth and wisdom, you want to run away. You see, and I know it. But I am not going to let you run away. Do practical with me. It's important. You see, do practical. Whatever the energy we create, in this meditation, whatever the energy we create in this communion with divine, whatever the energy we create in this meditation, whatever the energy we create in this communion with divinity, with sacred, with the ultimate, with the Brahman, with the Sakshi, with the Chitta, send this energy to these people as following. Send this energy to April. Send this energy to April. Healthy energy, strength to her, because she is serving a very significant purpose. Send this energy. Send this energy to Ishtar. Send this energy, this strength, the healing energy, the powerful, beautiful, positive energy, the healthy energy. Send this energy to Ishtar. Send this energy to April. Send this energy to Bridget. Send this energy to Nicole. Send this energy basically to Elana. Send this energy to Tameka. Send this energy, this beautiful, strong energy we are going to create in this meditation to John. Send this energy to Liam. Send this energy to Yolene. Send this energy to Jennifer. Send this energy to Penelope. Send this energy to Asif. Send this energy to Danny. Heal everyone. Whatever the energy we are going to produce in this sacred communion with divinity, meditation is the only way that you produce. You do defocus from everywhere, and then you defocus from everywhere while maintaining the posture. I have told you the breathing techniques. I have taught you in the past the breathing techniques. I hope you are following those breathing techniques. Anyway, my energy that I am producing here, I for myself, I encompass tons and tons of it. So I'm sending it to the people that I mentioned the name in this communion with the sacred and divinity. But my energy is not limited to these people. These people are very close, if you understand. If your name is not mentioned, it does not mean that I am not sending you the strength and beautiful energy. I always have. No matter who you are, no matter what color you are, no matter what gender you are, what country you came from, what is how you speak, what kind of accent you have, what kind of language do you speak. I am not interested in all that. No matter what you are, we in this yogic and spiritual culture, we in this meditation culture, we in the culture of truth and wisdom, we are not interested in the person, if you understand, because what makes you a person are abstract things. If you know what I mean, what makes you a person are abstract things. We are not interested here in the person. When I start conducting the private meditation sessions, that I mentioned to those people in the first meditation session, my followers, they were very astonished. I said, what makes you a person are the abstract things, the things that I just listed. We are not interested in the person. We are not interested in the abstract things. We are interested what moves on and carries on, never leaves you, which is yourself. You see, your own being. So not only that, the names I have mentioned, these are the people that I have very close bond with. So I'm sending this energy to these people, but my energies, my good and sacred energies, my healing energies, my strength energies are not limited to these people in any form or shape. These my energies are for everyone, no matter who you are. We are not interested in the person. My energies are for the entire universe and everything in creation, including you, my seers, and my viewers, my followers, my truth seekers. I congratulate you and I love you. All right, enough of the romance between me and you. I know you would keep me going. Enough of the romance between me and you. We can be romantic to divine now. We can be romantic with sacred now. So let's do it. See this? Silent the mind. I'm gonna turn around in the end before I conduct before I conduct the end part of this meditation. I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna show you a spot. You see this spot here? This spot. I hope you see. For yogi and meditate, the chit, excuse me, the Atman, the soul, you see, the Atman, the soul, basically, it goes it leaves from numerous places from the body. It probably even sometime it leaves from anus. You would be surprised to know. It just depends what kind of life a person, what kind of life a being has lived. It sometime leaves from anus, or it can sometime it leaves from nose, from mouth, from eyes, sometime from the ear. For a yogi, take a close look. For a yogi and a meditator, it either leaves right in the center of these two eyes. I hope is clear enough for you. I hope you see the center of these two eyes. For a yogi and a meditator, it leaves from the center of these two eyes. I already have a crack here. You see, a crack, a natural crack. And it's because of my my previous carnation. This carnation, I made some progress. The scar, a little scar, not the crack itself. Crack obviously is there, but it's hidden it's hidden with the skin. You see, on the skin, you see only a scar, but I always wear my sindoor because I take pride that to my country, India, and India became the what we understand the birth of wisdom. So I do, and there is nothing wrong to take pride on this. Just have the awareness these things are not real. Just have the awareness that you can cherish while you are in the body. You can cherish, but these things have no meanings in ultimate reality. Just have the awareness of that. You can still cherish your heritage. If it has something for you to be proud of, be proud of it. There is nothing wrong. Yogi and meditators do not limit the expression of life. Cherish, but have the awareness. Ultimate reality, this is not the ultimate reality. That's what I'm saying. So I wear sindoor so you cannot see the scar. And when I turned around and I showed you the crown, when I turned around and I showed you the crown, the back top of my head, as I showed you, it means if the Atman or the soul is leaving from there, as soon as it leaves, it would develop a crack, a slight crack. You see, that literally can also be seen from the naked eye. It usually is seen by the person close to the deceased, very close to the deceased, and spent a handsome or sufficient amount of time with the person who just passed on. So when a yogi, for most yogis and for most meditators, it leaves, for most yogis and for most meditators, it leaves from the back here, the crown that I showed you when I turned around and I placed these couple of fingers, my shush finger and a couple of fingers here. I placed that right here, you see, and I showed you this is where it would leave for me. This is where when I get up from the seat, which is hard, when the soul within me gets up from the seat, which is hard, is going to exit from that point. You see, that's why I already shaved it. I've been shaving it for last couple of days because I know. Keep meditating, keep taking the right measures, okay? I love you. Silence the mind. Thank you so much for being with me and keep watching the words of truth and wisdom.